Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video starts a little bit off and I am speaking throughout the video, but I needed to do a voiceover for some parts because last minute I decided I wanted to film. So before we jump in, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, turn on your post notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. And let's jump right in. So I'm using concealer to carve out my brows, and I'm also going to be blending that concealer in with my e.l.f. beauty sponge. So this video is kind of a hot mess, so just brace yourselves because I mess up my makeup a lot in this video, so beware. Alright guys, so now that I've primed my lids, I'm going to go ahead and use the BH Cosmetics Hangin' in Hawaii palette, which looks like this. This is really nice if you're just looking for something like super neutral to do. And I'm going to be going in with that coconut shade and just applying it like into my crease. I just want to pat that color on top of my concealer because I did use concealer today. Usually when I'm just like doing something like super simple, I won't go in and prime my lids. So I'm just applying this all over my lid and my crease. Okay, so that's pretty much all I'm doing for like the initial crease shade. I'm just gonna go ahead next and fill in my eyebrow. I'm taking my Benefit Cosmetics brow pencil and I'm just gonna be going like all over that guideline. So now I'm using the Urban Decay Brow Blade and I'm just going to do like hair-like strokes. I'm just going to take a little bit of my micellar water to clean out any fallout I have like underneath. I'm going in with the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. I'm about finished with it. It's like super empty now. So I'm just going to put this on my skin. So I'm just going to take a little bit, just like the teensiest bit of Honolulu, and just adding that just a little bit, just because I like a little bit of deepness sometimes. I'm just adding that a little bit into the outer corner, just like barely, just like a little hint of her. And taking just a little bit more of coconut and making sure everything is well blended out. So I want to make sure that my makeup lasts, so I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I'm going to be applying it to my face and then almost like patting it, adding a little bit to my forehead. I just want to make sure that I am patting it to like activate it, especially around like this area and on my nose area, because that's where I tend to get very oily throughout the night, especially when I start sweating and stuff. So next step is going to be the Superstay 24-hour foundation in the shade 118 light beige. I'm going to be applying her all over, making sure that I don't drop any on my shirt because it is black and this foundation is really light. So I just want to make sure that I'm blending it out with my sponge. Have a lot of rosacea and I've been breaking out a lot because of my period, TMI, but yeah, these breakouts are no joke. And apply it to my forehead. Alright, the next step is going to be concealer. So I'm going to take my Juvia's Place concealer and I'm just going to be going underneath of my eyes. on the bridge of my nose, on the cupid's bow, and just a little bit on the center. And we're going to blend that out so that way we can go in with our contour stick. So I'm going to take that same sponge from e.l.f. and just making sure that this concealer is blended to perfection. Okay guys, so the next step is to contour. So I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild Call Me Maple contour stick, and I'm just going to be going on the center of my, just like everywhere where I contour, especially like for my nose area. It's a little bit bigger than a kabuki brush. I mean, than like the really small one that I always use. Just want to make sure that I am really blending it out before I go in with my sponge. Alright y'all, so now I'm taking my sponge and I'm just going to be going in and making sure that everything is like super blended. With these, especially when you're using a sponge, you always want to make sure that it is damp, just because it blends out the cream products a lot better. Especially if you're like a beginner, I just recommend doing a dry sponge. I know a lot of people don't like to wet their sponge, but I just feel like it makes your makeup look a little bit more flawless, so I would really recommend it. It's going to soften out the nose contour a lot. You see how contoured my nose looks? Wow. Alright guys, so now it's time to set. Alright guys, so I'm going to be setting my makeup with the number 10 Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This is in the shade Fair Light, and I am a pretty light shade, so this fits perfectly for me, even though my foundation is a lot lighter than usual. I feel like I'm auditioning for Twilight over here. So yeah, I'm just going to make sure to set everything. I always like to make sure that I'm setting my nose, especially because I tend to sweat around my nose a lot. So I'm setting my entire face, and you guys have been seeing me do this a lot. I might not do it as much during like the winter months, but definitely when I'm like, you know, going out and it's hot, this is definitely really nice because it keeps me matte for longer. Alright y'all, so I'm going to do the lower lash line now. So I'm going to be taking just a small pencil brush and just taking the shade called Coconut. So I'm just going in with my brush and just looking up and running it underneath of my lower lash line. I'm just going to take a little bit of the shade called Ohana, just using that just like in the eyelid portion because I want it to be like just a little bit light around there. So I'm literally just like using a little bit and just like running it on. It's nothing too crazy. I just want it to brighten up this area just a teensy bit. It's not like a cut crease or anything. Just taking a brush and sweeping that, and it just kind of brightens everything. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Glass Spray, which looks like this, and I'm going to just literally spray her. And you know, my face looks a little bit dewy right now, so I'm just going to really just set my entire face. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Cafe lip liner. So I think I'm just going to be applying the same lashes I've been wearing. Let's see if these look good with the eye look I'm wearing. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cute lash. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and apply the other one to my other eye. And I'm just taking these. These are from Colored Rain. I believe it's part of their Safari Rain collection. I don't know if these are their Amazonian lashes, but yeah, these are like a really pretty pair. I don't know if they still have them on the site, but if they do, you can totally check them out. And this eye always gives me hella issues when I'm applying lashes. So for my waterline, I'm gonna take the brown match. I feel like it looked better without that. I can totally take it off. What do you guys think? Yeah, I liked it better without anything. And so for highlighter, I'm going to take the Resi, and I'm just going to be adding that to my inner corner. So I added the brown eyeliner to my waterline. I wasn't too much of a fan of it, but there was no way I could get it off. So yeah, I just applied some Resi highlighter to the high points of my face where I normally highlight, and that Maybelline setting spray, it didn't suck, but I just applied way too much, so it did kind of make my makeup slide a lot. I'm using the Artist Couture lip gloss in Uncensored 2.0, and I also went ahead and added some blush. And when I applied my lower lash mascara, I noticed that throughout the night my makeup just kept smudging. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notifications, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!